Warning: you will be shocked by this video. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi, my name is Greg, and in just a second I'm going to reveal the exact steps that I took to drop over 70 pounds and a whopping 10 inches from my waist using a weird 90-second trick. And most importantly, I'm going to show you how you can do the same. And yep, you heard me right. I lost 70 pounds. That's the equivalent of 300 sticks of butter, or the average weight of an 11-year-old kid, or 100 cans of beer. Gone. Adios. Bye-bye. Never to see it again. And I did it all in just minutes per day. How did I do it? I used a secret weight loss technique that Dr. Phil has hailed as the most important innovation in weight loss in decades. I'd argue it's the most important fat blasting tool ever in history. But I'm a little biased because I've experienced how powerful and easy it is for myself. Oh, and for the record, I'm no freak of nature. I'm just a normal 45-year-old guy who likes to eat pizza, wings, and drink beer while watching TV after a long day at work. And I still do. In other words, if this thing worked for me, it can definitely work for you too. In fact, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, young or old, completely out of shape, or even if you have a medical condition, bad genes, big bones, or you're addicted to food. Bottom line is, if you've got fat that you want to permanently erase from your belly, back, thighs, and any of those annoying problem spots you have to deal with every day, hey, this is what you've been waiting for. And if you're thinking this is one of those extreme workout deals, hey, think again. You won't be twisting your body into a pretzel or bench pressing small automobiles or running 23 hours a day. This has nothing to do with any of that. Plus, if you love your food as much as I do, you'll be super glad to hear that you won't have to make any big changes to what you eat. You won't have to give up those burgers, fries, sodas, or sweet treats. This isn't one of those calorie-pinching, food-restricting, starve-yourself-till-you-pass-out diets. In fact, it's not a diet at all. It's a brand new way of thinking about fat that's 100% scientifically proven to work. It's already helped thousands of people just like you to lose up to and more than 20 pounds of pure fat in as little as 3 short weeks. To put that into perspective, that's the weight of a normal car tire. And get this, I lost the weight of almost 4 tires using this sneaky little fat melting tactic. But if you want to get thin and slim without all the hard work, you'll need to watch this short video all the way through to the end right now. That's because for reasons outside of my control, it looks like I'll only be able to keep this presentation up for less than 24 hours. So if you're ready to finally learn how to strip off those pounds and inches and keep them off for good, do yourself a big favor and watch the rest of this brief video. And again, I can't emphasize enough how this is unlike anything you've ever seen or heard before. Even some of today's top TV fitness gurus are totally in the dark about this. By watching this video, you'll be one of a very special few who are getting first dibs on this revolutionary new way to effortlessly wipe away fat from every part of your body. Plus, when you're learning the exact steps to lose all that weight, you'll also gain something that money cannot buy. I'll tell you more about that in just a bit. The craziest thing is that even if you think you've tried every way to lose weight before, you're going to be shocked by what you learn here today. That's because it's actually the complete opposite of what you've been told in the past. The opposite? That's right. This technique turns traditional weight loss systems on their head, and it throws everything you thought you knew right out the window. And best of all, this one technique does something that all those other so-called weight loss systems don't. This actually works. Imagine that. A way to burn fat, drop pounds and inches, and keep the weight off forever. A way to get healthy without hours in the gym, fear of injury, or any of those crazy diets. A way to look and feel great that allows you to lose 10, 20, 40, or even 60 pounds or more quickly, easily, and all from the comfort of your home. So before I dive into the really good stuff, I have a couple of quick questions for you. First, do you think discipline and willpower are important to losing weight? If you're like most people, you probably immediately answered yes. Even those so-called experts would tell you you can't lose a pound of weight without either of these. But guess what? That's totally wrong. And it's the very reason why all diets fail. You see, when you go on a typical diet, what happens? You have to totally change what you're eating, how much you can eat, and when you can eat. Sure, maybe you can handle this kind of change for a little while. You muster up as much willpower as you can and fight the urges every day. And yeah, you'll probably lose some weight, but sooner or later, you'll give in. Maybe it starts with an extra snack here or there, and then a binge day. And then before you know it, you're back to where you started and have gained a few extra pounds. Talk about adding insult to injury. You see, it's natural for your body to crave food. It's what keeps our engines running. So to try to use the power of your mind, no matter how mentally tough you are, to restrict what you're eating is, well, it's unnatural and unsustainable. If you want to lose weight and keep it off for life, you need to take a totally different approach. The key is to make your food work for you. That's right. When you know how to eat the right way, it only takes minute changes to turn your food into fat blasters. I'll tell you more about this in just a second, but it's really amazing. So in the meantime, just start picturing how awesome it's going to feel to be eating a burger and knowing that it's helping you burn fat. I told you this was unlike anything you have ever heard before. Okay, here's the next question. Do you think you have to work out for hours every day to lose weight? Again, most people think workouts, especially long, hard ones, are the only way to really burn fat. But guess what? That's simply not true. Those grueling workouts can actually slow down your body's fat-burning ability. Again, more about the science of this in a moment. But the good news is there's a way to hotwire your body's natural response to stress. You can exploit your body's natural defenses to totally amp up your fat-burning potential. It's quick, it's easy, and it's 100% effective, if you know how to do it the right way. Thankfully, that's exactly what I'm about to reveal to you during the rest of this short video. But first, I want to tell you a wacky story. Look, I'm sure you just want to get your hands on the easiest way to melt away belly fat using this strange 90-second trick, right? I'll tell you everything you need to know in a moment, but this quick story will demonstrate just how amazingly effective and simple this technique is, and I'm certain it'll inspire you to take action today. So, there I was, 70 pounds overweight. My pant size had jumped from a respectable 32 to a whopping 42 inches. And if I'm being totally honest, I really should have been wearing a 44 or a 46, but I couldn't admit to myself that I had gained that much weight. So I wore my pants low and was constantly sucking in my gut. I was embarrassed, uncomfortable, and even though I'm a guy, I felt unattractive. My clothes didn't fit. I felt old and achy, and my back hurt all the time. For a long time, I tried to convince myself that I hadn't really gained that much weight, but mirrors and photos, they don't lie. I was disgusted with who I saw staring back at me. In the past, if I gained a few extra pounds, I just hunkered down, did a few extra workouts, cut back on the number of burgers I had, and before you knew it, I was back down to my fighting weight. But when I started gaining weight this last time and tried that approach, I was sadly disappointed to discover I just couldn't lose the weight like I used to. So that's when I started trying real diets, a bunch of them, but I just couldn't stick with them. And worst of all, with all the yo-yo eating and starving, then binging, I gained another 40 pounds, all while I was supposed to be losing weight. Talk about a bummer. If you're struggling with your weight, I'm sure you can relate. I've talked with hundreds of people, men and women all over the world, who have had this exact same experience. So here I was feeling awful about my weight, unable to stick to a diet, gaining pure fat even though I tried everything. I felt discouraged, depressed, and frankly hopeless. That's when I put on the last 20 pounds. I thought, hey, if I'm already fat, I might as well eat that whole pizza or supersize my fast food meals. It didn't matter, right? My yearly visit to the doctor told me otherwise. My blood pressure had skyrocketed. My cholesterol was a mess. And because of my family history, my chance of having a heart attack had gone through the roof. My doctor said I had to lose weight or else. Rather than being a wake-up call, I was more discouraged than ever because I knew I didn't have the willpower to lose the weight. I hadn't been able to do it before, so why would now be any different? What I didn't know at the time was that my inability to lose weight, to stick with a diet, to keep the weight off for good, was not my fault. It was actually totally natural. To understand what I'm talking about, we need to take a quick look at what most diet and exercise programs are made up of. Even though most diets out there sound different, when you really look at them, they're all pretty much the same. First, you go exercise for 30 to 60 minutes a day. Then you eat way less or way differently. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? Yeah, but there are two big problems with every diet out there today. One, the human body isn't meant to be inactive all day long and then work out for 45 to 60 minutes. And two, your body wasn't designed to go from eating 3 big meals every day to eating tiny portions. See, when you stress your body out like this from lack of food and too much exercise, your brain thinks you're in danger. And when your brain thinks you're in danger, it goes into a survival mode to protect you. And part of that means it starts storing fat rather than burning it. If you were living in the wild, this response would make total sense. You're stressed out. Your body doesn't know when it's going to get fed again. So it stores up fat so you have it when you really need it. But when you're trying to lose weight, it's a real buzzkill. Because instead of burning fat while working out, your metabolism slows down and you can even gain weight. And I don't need to tell you that fat adds up fast. Think working out harder will do the trick? Well, think again. The harder you work out, the slower your metabolism can get, and you'll be left scratching your head wondering why you're not losing any weight, even after hours at the gym. So, what can you do? Let's get back to my story to find out. So here I was at the end of my rope because I was afraid that I'd just keep gaining weight and eventually die. I didn't have any faith that I was going to be able to change what I was doing and lose weight. It was a pretty rough time. And I knew I needed help if I had any chance of success. And that's when I remembered my good friend, Dr. Frank Lawless. He's a best-selling author and psychologist for Mensa, that society for super-intelligent people. He also happens to be on the Dr. Phil show, too. Since he's an expert on behaviors and psychology, I decided to give Frank a call. I asked him straight up, what's the best way for somebody to change their behavior? And I'll never forget what he said. You have to make tiny adjustments. Any major changes won't stick. So, in the case of diet and exercise, if you make a big change, it'll cause your body's automatic fight or flight response, or survival mode we just talked about, to kick in. What Dr. Lawless told me made a lot of sense. It helped me understand why all my diets had failed, because they all required such massive changes. But it didn't help me to know what to do to lose my weight now. For that, I decided to call my friend and fitness expert, Michael Carson. I asked him, Michael, what's the most effective way to exercise? And guess what? Michael pretty much echoed exactly what Dr. Lawless said. He said that short bursts of activity were the best way to lose weight, gain muscle, and improve endurance. He told me that some of the most successful athletes, including gold medal winning Olympians, use this technique to perform at the highest levels. Why in the world had nobody told me about this before? The more I talked to Michael, the more I was sure he was on to the missing link for weight loss. For example, he told me that if I did a very specific set of short bursts of activity, especially right before eating, I could totally ramp up my body's fat-burning metabolism many times more than any other kind of exercise. They had to be these exact movements, but if done correctly, they'd work miracles. He explained the science of it, something about aerobic versus anaerobic exercise. But what I took away was short little bursts of exercise, like 45 to 90 seconds, totally supercharge your metabolism. If you supercharge your metabolism right before you eat, it turns your food into energy rather than storing it as fat. He explained that this kind of metabolic momentum is the key to melting away pounds and inches of pure fat. In addition, he told me that an improved metabolism just makes your entire body more efficient at burning calories, regulating hormones, and creating overall balance. Now, fast forward. I followed all of Michael's instructions to the letter. Many of the very same secret techniques he uses with his celebrity clients, which include Paula Abdul, Carmen Electra, and Body by Jake. And after 2 years of doing exactly what he showed me, I lost 70 pounds and 10 inches off my waist. But more than the numbers, I felt incredible. I had more energy than I could ever remember. I slept throughout the night and woke up feeling energized and restored. All those mysterious aches and pains disappeared. My doctor said he'd never seen somebody change their vitals so quickly and so completely for the better. And I just felt positive, like I could do anything. Honestly, I felt like I'd gotten a second chance at life. And that's precisely why I decided to help other people, folks like you, who have struggled for far too long with their weight. I've been where you are. I know how you're feeling. I lived in that dark place for far too long, living with the fat, the discomfort, the embarrassment, the depression, the self-resent, the discouragement, all of it. I've tried all the diets. I've tried the willpower. I've done the yo-yoing. I've given in. I've given up. I went through denial. I felt the disgust. But I came out the other side. And it didn't require any of the hard work that all those other so-called diets and exercise plans do. I lost 70 pounds, and I didn't have to sacrifice anything. In fact, the plan that Michael and I put together has made my life better than I could imagine. And I'd follow the same plan even if I had never been overweight. It just makes me feel alive to know that my whole body is fully optimized, working as effectively and efficiently as a top athlete. I want you to experience this same thing. That's why I decided to turn Michael's ideas into an easy-to-understand, totally accessible step-by-step program for you. You already learned that Michael's worked with some of the top names in Hollywood, but he's done a lot more than that. He's the genius behind some of the most popular fitness products and programs on the market today. So I knew he was the one person who could help make this dream a reality, especially since he was the mastermind behind my own transformation. So working with Michael and a team of psychologists, dietitians, and life coaches, we created a program that's unlike anything you've ever seen before. We call it 90-second fat loss because, well, that's exactly what it is and what it does. Every part of this super simple program has been designed with a single goal in mind, to help you burn more fat and calories faster and easier than you ever imagined possible so you can begin living the life you've always wanted. Look, you can get your life back, and it begins right here and right now. With a 90-second fat loss program, it's like having Michael Carson and Dr. Lawless of the Dr. Phil Show and a success story, me, right there with you every step of the way. So you can lose up to and more than 20 pounds of pure fat in 3 short weeks. That's 21 days by taking advantage of this proven 90-second tactic. So what can you expect to happen when you make the smart decision to get the 90-second fat loss program today? There are 10 core benefits. 1. You'll supercharge your metabolism. You'll create that metabolic momentum you need to burn calories all day long rather than storing your food as fat. 2. You'll significantly boost your energy. Some students have reported a boost of over 70%. 3. You'll effortlessly melt that annoying belly fat. No more wasted time in the gym or silly diets. The fat will disappear without any of that nonsense. 4. You'll be able to reach peak condition without having to totally disrupt your way of life or having to alter the way you eat and live. The key to permanent weight loss is small, subtle, and positive changes. That's exactly what you'll get with the 90-second fat loss program. 5. The 5th thing you'll notice is that you'll enjoy a naturally suppressed appetite. No more of those hunger pangs and cravings. Plus, as an extra added benefit, you'll actually start desiring healthier foods that help your body run at its best. And trust me, I didn't believe this at first either, but it's true. 6. Your immune system will get a big boost. No more of those minor colds and illnesses that seem to crop up all the time when you're carrying around extra weight. Plus, when you get rid of that dangerous belly fat, you'll dramatically cut your risk of more serious disease and illness, like heart disease and type 2 diabetes. 7. You'll also be surprised by the fact that your skin, hair, and nails will be healthier. 8. And if that wasn't enough, many of your digestive problems, you know the ones I'm talking about, will almost magically resolve themselves. 9. You'll also notice that your muscles, especially your core, will be stronger, leaner, and more powerful than ever before. And all this without any trips to the gym. 10. Finally, the 10th thing you'll experience with the 90-second fat loss program is confidence. Yes, I said confidence. You see, when you gain weight and then can't take it off, you lose self-esteem, self-respect, self-regard, dignity, and confidence. If you're battling weight, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Somewhere along the way, you feel like you've lost control. You've lost the ability to take care of something so fundamental, yourself. This loss of control causes all kinds of awful things to happen inside your head. Resent, disgust, self-loathing, embarrassment, and a lack of personal strength and confidence. The thinking goes something like this. If I can't even lose weight or keep the pounds off, what can I do? First of all, please be gentle with yourself. Then thank your lucky stars because the 90-second fat loss program changes everything. It'll give you back your confidence. And with your confidence, you'll get your freedom back. The freedom to be yourself, to live your life to the fullest, to feel proud of who you are and what you look like. And best of all, since it only takes seconds a day, you'll start experiencing these changes almost immediately. Can you even begin to imagine how great you're going to feel? Think about it. In 21 short days, you can lose up to 20 pounds. That means you're going to look so different, your friends and family are going to be shocked. And if you have more than 20 pounds to lose, you'll know you're on your way. 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 70 pounds or more. You're in control. You have the power. You can have it all without boot camps, without restriction diets, without drugs, without surgery, without any of those outdated things. This is different. This is the answer you've been waiting for. A solution you can do today, tomorrow, and for the rest of your life. And not only one that you can do, but one that, just like me, you're going to want to do, that you're going to look forward to doing every day. Oh, and remember earlier when I said that in addition to losing all that fat, you're going to gain something priceless? Well, here's what I was talking about. When you take advantage of everything the 90-second fat loss program offers, you will, of course, wipe away fat, but you'll also add years to your life. With the program, you'll literally slow down or even reverse the aging process. I'm not kidding. The science backs me up. You see, in your body, there are these things called telomeres. Telomeres are the protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes. They're responsible for how quickly cells age. The older you get, the shorter they become. As they shorten, their structural integrity weakens, and as a result, your cells age and die more quickly. And you get older and become more susceptible to chronic illness and disease. However, recent research proves that if you can lengthen your telomeres, you can avoid chronic illness and disease and lengthen your lifespan. So, how can you lengthen them? With a specific change in diet, exercise, stress management, and social support. In other words, with exactly what the 90-second fat loss program includes. You get pure fat loss and a scientifically proven way to slow, stop, or even reverse the aging process. Okay. This all sounds great, I know, but let me take a moment to respond to the fear I'm sure you're having right now. If you're like many of our students, you're probably thinking to yourself, I can't do this. He's making it sound all easy, but I never have success with these things. I'll just fail again and be even more discouraged. Hey, look, I hear you. If I hadn't experienced success for myself and seen thousands of others enjoy the same results, I'd be thinking the exact same thing. But there are two really important things to remind yourself of. First, this isn't like any of those other programs you've tried. It's totally different. It doesn't require you to jump through any hoops or sell your soul. We don't require you to watch long DVDs or read page after page of guidebooks and manuals. Losing pure fat does not have to be so hard or time-consuming if you have the help and support you need. With the 90-second fat loss program, it only takes 10 minutes to learn exactly what you need to do. Then you'll be off to the races and losing weight from the very first day. And second, unlike those other diets and exercise plans, you don't need a lot of discipline or willpower to make this work, nor do you need to make any big changes. In fact, that's what makes this so awesome. In the program, we go into all the science that makes the 90-second fat loss program so effective. We talk about metabolism, muscle, cardio, carbohydrates, all of it. We debunk all the myths you've been fed as fact and give you only what you need to use your existing body fat to fuel you and drop pounds and inches from your belly, arms, chest, thighs, and your entire body. And if you're worried that you won't be able to do the movements in the program, hey, think again. We purposefully designed them to be unbelievably simple. It doesn't matter how young or old you are or your level of fitness. If you can get out of bed in the morning and have 90 seconds to spare before meals, you can do these movements. And if you can do these movements, you can lose weight. You can burn fat. You can drop inches from your waist, and you can rediscover the freedom you gave up when you gain those pounds. Plus, since the program starts working immediately, you'll feel great from the very first day. So I bet you're wondering what a revolutionary all-in-one weight loss and anti-aging program like this costs, right? For something so ruthlessly effective and proven by medical science, it surely costs an arm and a leg, right? Well, when we're talking about your health, I prefer to think in terms of investment rather than price. When you choose the 90-second fat loss program, you're investing in your future, in your quality of life, in your freedom. That said, I can guarantee you're going to be very surprised when you hear what the actual price is. I can only say this. My closest friends and colleagues think we're absolutely crazy to be selling the secret fat blasting program for this cheap. But first, I want to tell you about the bonuses you'll receive when you trust your gut and go with your instincts to choose the 90-second fat loss program. My goal is to help you improve every area of your life. So I designed each of the 7 bonuses we're including to fast-track your success in weight loss and life. With your first bonus, you'll get not 1, not 2, but 4 weeks of exclusive online wellness coaching. Studies show that people lose more weight and keep it off longer when they use a wellness coach. So we've arranged for you to get your very own personal coach to help you every step of the way for the first month. Since you can lose as much as 20 pounds in the first 3 weeks alone, this is a huge benefit. But it's only the first of your great bonuses. Your second bonus includes 4 weeks of relaxation for weight loss coaching with Dr. Frank Lawless of The Dr. Phil Show. When you're stressed, your body secretes a hormone that prevents weight loss. Dr. Lawless is one of the world's leading authorities on the use of imagery and relaxation to your stress and reducing the amount of cortisol your body secretes. The bonus alone is worth its weight in gold, especially since it's a key part of the anti-aging component of the program. Now, I think you're going to love the third bonus, even if it may sound strange at first to you. With this bonus, you'll get 4 weeks of music therapy coaching. Music therapy coaching? That's right. Music therapy has been proven to help people overcome obstacles and achieve their greatest goals quickly and easily. Now you'll get to experience the same results yourself, all while effortlessly losing weight. See, I told you things were going to get better and better, right? Let's get right to your fourth bonus. I really like this one, and I know you will too. When you order today, you'll also receive 4 weeks of inspirations designed to inspire and motivate you to develop your optimal self. When you're carrying around all that extra weight, it's easy to get down on yourself. Self-esteem and confidence are some of the first things to go, even if you don't realize it's happening. With this month-long inspiration program, you'll take a huge step forward on rebuilding your sense of self. And now, we get to the really, really good stuff. Your fifth bonus is a relaxation series for weight loss MP3 program. Similar to the relaxation for weight loss coaching bonus, this program, also created by Dr. Lawless, induces relaxation and reduces the production of cortisol, that hormone produced by stress that prevents weight loss. With the MP3, you can listen as many times as you want anywhere you are. It's really pretty awesome. Bonus 6 is the acceleration module number 1. You'll learn simple strategies that have been designed to make the entire program even easier, faster, and more enjoyable. The 90-second fat loss program is already the easiest way to lose pure fat, but this incredible bonus will help you supercharge your efforts. Then, finally, you'll get VIP access to our proprietary wellness assessment. This assessment will allow you to receive personalized feedback from our health coaches to help you dial in the perfect formula for success. So, back to the price. What's this all going to cost you, right? Or more accurately, how much are you going to invest in yourself to get all these benefits? With a 90-second fat loss program, you're essentially getting your very own personal trainer, dietitian, coach, and fitness expert all wrapped into one. Can you imagine what going to each of these professionals separately would cost you even for just one visit? You can do the mental math, but the numbers add up fast. With the 90-second fat loss program and the bonuses, you get a lifetime of support, plus a month of free fitness, weight loss, and relaxation coaching. If you look at other products on the market, you would expect to pay $149 for the 90-second fat loss program, but you're not going to pay anything close to that. The bonuses by themselves are worth $249, but when you make yourself a priority today and you sign up, you're not even going to pay a fraction of that. So my business partner suggested a retail price of $295. I said, no way. I want anybody who's serious about losing weight to have access. When they said $195, I said, forget it. Who has $200 in their pocket to spend? I want to help. I don't want to hurt. Then when they said $145, I knew the price was reasonable. I knew the program was more than worth it, but I still felt it was too high. So after much negotiation, we settled on a great price. And when you act today by ordering right now, you'll score an additional 40% discount. When you order here through this exclusive site, which is, by the way, the only place on the web where you can get the same offer, you'll receive the complete 90-second fat loss program plus all 7 of the bonus resources and services for only $47. That's over 40% less than the normal price of $79.95. But to get the entire program and all the training and coaching at this fantastic price, you must act now. Trust what your heart is telling you. Picture a new, healthier, happier, and leaner you. Imagine how you're going to look and feel. Close your eyes and think about how much better your life is going to be. And then do it. Click that big Order Now button below and get started with the best decision of your life. And when you do, you'll gain immediate access to the entire program. Yes, you're right. That does mean you can get started today. And yes, that does mean you can start losing weight, pounds, inches, and pure fat, and extending your lifespan immediately. You'll finally fit back into those jeans. You'll stop busting those buttons on your shirt. You'll be finished with the embarrassment and shame. I guarantee it. Like, really, I guarantee it. I want you to feel great about your choice to get healthy and slim. So I want you to take a full 8 weeks to try out the entire program and all of the bonuses for yourself. I want you to experience how simple and rewarding everything is, how quickly the weight starts coming off, and how good and how full of energy you are. Then, if for any reason you decide now is not the right time to let this pioneering program change your life for the best, I insist that you ask for a full refund. We'll give you every penny back with no questions asked, no hassles, no problems. Yeah, you're right. That does show how much we believe in this groundbreaking program and how much I believe in you. And if for any reason you do decide to cancel, we'll let you keep all of the bonuses for free. My goal is for you to be happy. I know the program and bonuses can help, so I'm happy to let you keep the bonuses even if it's not the right time for you to try the program. So let's recap where we are. When you order today, right now, you get the entire 90-second fat loss program valued at $149. All 7 amazing bonuses, including free coaching, training, and support, a value of $249. And you're protected by our 8-week, no questions asked, full money-back guarantee. That's a total of $398 in fat-blasting value for only $47. Look, Dr. Phil says the 90-second fat loss approach provides users with a simple, foolproof, no-excuse system to lose weight and to keep it off. He goes on to say it's practical, realistic, and even though it may sound counterintuitive, it actually is highly effective. Dietitian Jamie Leff says, because exercise naturally reduces appetite and causes healthy cravings, and the way it makes use of our body's built-in metabolic response to these short bursts of exercise, I'm seeing my clients making healthier choices on their own. And because they aren't being forced, there isn't that resentment and sense of deprivation. And Dr. Frank Lawless, best-selling author and renowned psychologist, says, Mentally, this is the only real way to approach long-term weight wellness. Unlike traditional programs, 90-second fat loss doesn't make the body do things it wasn't designed for. With science-based evidence and support like this, it's no wonder thousands have already experienced amazing results with the 90-second fat loss program. For example, Marilyn, a weight loss challenger on the Dr. Phil show, writes, "I have always hit a wall before I had the imagery program, but now I've broken through it like sliced warm butter. Everyone should know about this. It's broken the limitations I had about myself." And if that wasn't enough, Dr. Kathleen Derrig-Palumbo, a psychologist herself, shares, "I lost 23 pounds in 8 weeks. Truly groundbreaking program from a psychological perspective." And Miranda N. in Seattle, Washington can barely contain her excitement when she writes, "It's been 8 weeks, and I've lost 40 pounds and 6 dress sizes. I've also never felt so good from any diet I've ever tried. This is something I know I can keep up with my whole life. It takes longer to procrastinate." Wouldn't you like to add your success story to the thousands who have had their lives totally transformed by the 90-second fat loss program? Again, you've heard the science. You've seen the proof. And since I've removed all risk and 100% guaranteed the program, what do you have to lose? Except weight, that is. I encourage you to click that big Order Now button. One small click has the power to literally change your life forever. Are you ready to make today the day you said no to fat and yes to a brand new you? Click that button. And when you do, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page where you can feel confident knowing that your data is private and guaranteed secure by McAfee, and they're signed with 128-bit encryption. For less than the price of a dinner and movie, you can be on the fast track to success. Remember, this is a one-time fee only, and you will never be rebilled. Aren't you worth it? So what happens if you do nothing right now? Well, what happens if you leave this site without having taken action? Will your life change magically for the best? Will you begin to lose weight? Will the fat just disappear? If you leave this site without making yourself a priority, are you going to be any happier? Are you going to have any more confidence or self-esteem? Will those aches and pains vanish? Will your clothes all of a sudden fit perfectly? Will your health risks evaporate? You know the answers to these questions, and you know the right thing to do. You can't afford to pass up this opportunity. You can't let yourself spend even one more day doubting yourself, trying to wish yourself thin. And you definitely cannot try and fail at one more diet. Today you've learned how traditional diets and exercise programs are totally flawed. You learned how even if you have the strongest willpower, you'll eventually give in. You'll eventually binge or cheat or go back to your old ways. With the 90-second fat loss program, you don't have to worry about any of that. Since it's a totally new way to lose weight that requires almost zero changes to your day, you're almost guaranteed success. I want you to feel that success. I want you to feel like I did when I lost 70 pounds. I want you to feel young and free and happy again. I know that the 90-second fat loss program can make this happen. Now, I want you to see for yourself. Click that big Order Now button below. Remember, if you don't act now, you may never have the chance to get this opportunity again. Why? For starters, if you don't act now, you won't be able to take advantage of the $47 price. That's a special 40% discount off the retail price. Then if you fail to order now, you might also miss out on the bonuses. Many of them are on a first-come, first-served basis, and once they're gone, they're gone. And finally, this video itself may be taken down in as soon as the next 24 hours, so you won't even be able to get this program, no matter how much you pay. So here's the moment of truth. Click that button below, and let's get going today. I'll look forward to seeing you on the inside, on the inside, on the inside, on the inside.